Talen Horton-Tucker slow but sure, bright in Lakers' dark tunnel. With the next generation of potential stars laid out in front of us, it becomes a bit easier to see where Talen Horton-Tucker might fit moving forwards. As the youngest player on the list, he's got more prime years in front of him than any other player, but viewing him within the context of the league's other budding studs serves as a solid reminder of how far he'll have to go. With another 4 years of eligibility on an under-25 list, he has plenty of time to gain ground by the time the Lakers might hope he can become a centerpiece of the franchise. Talen Horton-Tucker has looked like a $32 million man since making his return from injury on Sunday. In 27:03 against the San Antonio Spurs, Horton-Tucker scored 17 points on an efficient 7-14 from the field while posting a game-high +14 in the box score as a starter. Horton-Tucker is another rim punisher on the team that the Lakers could use. Against the Spurs, it worked out because much of their perimeter guys were knocking down threes consistently. It will be vital for THT to consistently knock down threes to make his defenders honest and not sag too much against him. His return allowed the Lakers to lessen the load on Kent Bazemore. Bazemore had previously started all prior 13 Laker games this year and was tasked with defending the better wings on other teams. Against the Spurs, he was a DNP coach's decision based on how Malik Monk and Wayne Ellington were shooting lights out today. Frank Vogel cheer him up. He was great, Lakers head coach Frank Vogel said after Sunday's contest. I felt confident in starting him because I know he's been doing a lot of work. It was a hand injury, so he stayed really active with his running and staying in game shape. You never know what to expect, but he looked really good. He puts a lot of pressure on the rim, which just helps everything for us offensively. In the following game against the Chicago Bulls, Horton-Tucker scored a career-high 28 points, though this time his offensive production came in a loss. But as impressive as Horton-Tucker has been offensively, the defensive end is where he's helped the most since returning. Even after the Lakers' 121-103 loss Bulls on Monday, Horton-Tucker is one of 6 players with positive point differentials on the defensive end. The others are DeAndre Jordan, Dwight Howard, Rajon Rondo, Austin Reeves and Malik Monk. Defensive rating is an imperfect stat and Horton-Tucker's 64-minute sample size is almost not even worth taking into consideration, but he possesses something that not many players on the Lakers carry, length, and Vogel's hoping he can use that length to shore up their perimeter defense. We've been using Bays and Avery to carry a big share of the load defending on the perimeter and taking the other team's best player, and Talen is able to play both sides of the ball. That's our vision for him this year, is to take that matchup on a lot of nights, and it's great to have him back on both sides. Horton-Tucker has started at small forward in the absence of LeBron James in the Lakers' 2 previous games. While that's unlikely to continue when James comes back, Vogel isn't concerned about finding playing time for him, whether that's in the starting lineup or on the bench. He's gonna be a big part of what we do, we know that, Vogel said. We invested in him this summer for a reason. We've got a strong belief in that young man and what he can do on both sides of the ball. And obviously when we get whole, we've got a lot of good choices, but he's going to be a big part of it. 3 goals for Lakers Talen Horton-Tucker for the 2021-22 season. Improve the 3-point percentage to 33-35%. Horton-Tucker's glaring weakness offensively is his inability to knock down the three-pointer at a consistent rate. He shot under 30% on low volume last season, which is an unappealing combination. If he can bump his percentage up to somewhere in the range of 33% to 35%, he'll be someone who can be trusted to play off the ball more since he's usually reliant on initiating plays. Increase the assist rate and assist percentage. Most of Horton-Tucker's offensive game is reliant on getting to the rim. Once he gets there, he wants to attempt a layup no matter how difficult it gets. Though he's solid at finishing, he'll have to open his game more by being a willing passer on those drives. Last season he averaged 2.8 assists per game with an assist percentage of 20.8. If those can jump to around 3.5 to 4 per game and 25%, depending on the minutes he's playing, that'll be a nice leap to build on. Better use your defensive frame. Defense, defense, defense. That's all it's about under head coach Frank Vogel. But Horton-Tucker's off-ball defense will have to take a leap to be a fixture in the rotation. He has often struggled off the ball as he gets caught ball watching, doesn't properly navigate screens, and leaves opponents too open and other flaws. But with his size and 7'1" wingspan, there's serious potential for the 20-year-old guard to be a tough presence to handle defensively. The guard knows these are some of the areas he must improve in this season, so he'll have to prove it to be a mainstay alongside LeBron James, Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook. Conclusion. Horton-Tucker has gradually earned more minutes throughout his first 2 seasons, and this year could be more of the same. The Lakers, however, have a lot of competition in the backcourt with many guards vying for minutes and a consistent spot in the rotation. Horton-Tucker could play the 1 or the 2 spots, maybe some time at 3, which means he'll compete with Kendrick Nunn, Malik Monk, Wayne Ellington, Rajon Rondo, and Kent Bazemore for minutes. However, Bazemore could be used often at the 3.